If you don't sign, at 6 a.m. tomorrow, the entire country will be watching you sleep with this man. Harper Vance looked down at the photos in her hand, her, in bed, in a hotel room in Miami, with a complete stranger, a scandal big enough to destroy everything. But Harper said only one thing: "That's not me." Washington, D.C., where power isn't given, it's taken. Harper doesn't chase power, she creates it. At 42, she's the force behind some of the most high-profile crisis management campaigns in politics. Scandals disappear before they ever explode. People on the brink of collapse, she pulls them back. And her husband, Julian Vance, a senator running for governor, the perfect image of the American family. At least, that's what the public believes. That night, Harper came home. The bedroom was unusually quiet. On the pillow, a black envelope. No name, no markings. Harper opened it. The photos slipped out, terrifyingly sharp, flawless, seamless. Only one problem. It wasn't her. Harper stepped in front of the mirror, her expression completely calm. No panic, no denial, just analysis. Her fingers paused at her collarbone. In the photo, a small mole. In real life, none, a detail only she would notice, and the only mistake the creator made. Harper smiled faintly. Deepfake. She set the photo down on the table, slowly, precisely. Someone spent a lot of money on this. A perfect trap, a calculated strike. But the real question wasn't how convincing it was. It was who was behind it, and why they chose the wrong person to destroy. Harper didn't call anyone. No panic. She opened her laptop. The image analysis software launched instantly. Layer by layer, the data appeared. Timestamp, device, compression string. She dug deeper. Let's see how good you really are. A hidden block of code, a digital signature that had been erased but not completely. Harper reconstructed it piece by piece, slow, precise. Then she stopped. A server address appeared, not overseas, not on the dark web, but an internal server. High-level encrypted. Harper stared at the line, said nothing for a few seconds. Then, very softly, she read it out loud. Campaign, secure server. She knew that system. Only one place used it. Julian Vance's campaign office, her husband. Harper didn't blink, no surprise, just a subtle shift in her gaze, colder, deeper. Okay, she whispered. So it's you. At that exact moment, the bedroom door opened. Julian walked in, still in his perfect suit, still wearing that familiar smile. You're still up? His voice was calm, as if nothing had happened. Harper didn't answer. She just looked at him. Julian set a folder on the table, gently slid it toward her. I think you should look at this first. Harper opened it. Divorce papers, along with a settlement agreement. She skimmed through it. No expression. Full custody of the children, granted to Julian. She waives all rights. Leaves the media industry permanently, prohibited from appearing in public. Harper looked up. Interesting timing. Julian smiled. No denial. No explanation. He leaned in close to her, whispered, just loud enough for her to hear. If you don't sign at 6 a.m. tomorrow, those photos will be on the front page of the Washington Post. A brief pause. You lose everything. He looked straight into her eyes. And I become the betrayed husband, a pitiful father. Harper said nothing. Julian straightened up, adjusted his cuff. I'm running for governor, Harper. I can't let you ruin this. A gentle sentence, but it said everything. Harper looked at the papers on the table, then back at the man in front of her, the man she married, the man who had just destroyed her, and maybe was destroying himself too. But why? Why would a gubernatorial candidate create a scandal that could bring down his own career? Harper didn't argue with Julian, didn't sign, didn't react. She left the house that same night. In the car, she called one name. Ethan, I need you. Right now. Ethan was the best programmer she had ever hired, the one who understood AI systems and deepfakes better than anyone in the industry. Harper? At this hour? I've been set up. Deepfake. High level. A pause. Then Ethan said quietly, if it's that level, this isn't a one-person job. Harper stared straight ahead. I know. She hung up. Her mind was moving fast. Julian couldn't have done this alone. He didn't have the skill, but he had the money and the motive. One final piece clicked into place. Her biggest rival in the PR world. The only person capable of orchestrating a smear campaign like this. Evelyn, Harper whispered. Everything started to make sense. They didn't just want to destroy her. They wanted to take her company, use her own media empire, to put Julian in the governor's seat. Harper arrived at Ethan's apartment 20 minutes later. The door wasn't locked. The lights were off. No answer. Ethan? She stepped inside. The place had been torn apart, computers stripped of hard drives, cables ripped from the walls, not a burglary, a cleanup. Harper slowed down, her heartbeat grew heavier. "Ethan, if you're here." No response. Then she saw it, on the table, a message, written in a rush, in blood. "He knows everything." Harper froze, didn't touch it, didn't need to check. She understood instantly. Ethan didn't run, he was taken. And whoever did it knew exactly she would come looking for him, which meant only one thing. Julian wasn't just one step ahead. He had been watching her from the beginning. Harper's phone buzzed, a bank notification. She opened it, her business account, frozen. Reason, suspected illegal political funding. Harper stared at the screen, said nothing. Another alert, her personal account, restricted. Another one, her company under federal investigation. Harper tightened her grip on the phone. "Perfect," she murmured. No money, no team, no media power. Her only ally, gone, and her opponent was a senator running for governor. With power, with systems, with the law on his side. Harper lifted her head. Her eyes had completely changed. No more defense, only calculation. If they had shut down every legal path, then she wouldn't play by the rules anymore. But the question was, when she had nothing left, what would Harper Vance use to strike back? Harper no longer had a clean option. She changed clothes in the car, cheap jacket, baseball cap, old camera, just another paparazzo, invisible. Location, Julian's VIP fundraiser, heavy security. But Harper didn't need the front entrance. She slipped in with a group of freelance photographers, head down, snapping photos nonstop. No one looked twice. Inside, alcohol, money, and fake smiles. Harper moved slowly, observing, memorizing. Julian stood at the center, shaking hands, smiling, making promises. A perfect image. But Harper wasn't watching him. She was looking for someone else, someone skilled enough to build a flawless deepfake, someone ruthless enough to destroy her. And then she saw her, Evelyn, standing a few feet away from Julian. Not too close, but close enough to control. Their eyes met for a split second. Not colleagues, not partners, something deeper. Harper whispered, "Found you." She moved closer, kept her distance, pretended to take photos. Evelyn was talking to a donor, confident, calm, in control. Another queen, but different from Harper in one way. Evelyn didn't manage crises. She created them. Harper stood behind the bar, watching, and she saw Julian approach Evelyn. No one noticed, but Harper did. The distance disappeared. The look between them changed. Julian spoke quietly. "Is everything ready?" Evelyn didn't look at him. "It always is." Her voice was cold. "The video will trigger at the right moment. She won't have time to react." Julian nodded. "After tonight, it's all over." Evelyn gave a faint smile. "No, after tonight, it's just beginning." Harper didn't move. She heard every word, and she understood. The one behind everything wasn't Julian. It was Evelyn. Julian walked away. Evelyn stayed, alone. Harper stepped closer, close enough to hear clearly. Evelyn pulled out her phone, made a call. "Make sure she gets prosecuted." A pause. "Defamation of a public official. Distribution of fabricated content. Prison is guaranteed." Harper tightened her grip on the camera. Evelyn continued, "The moment Julian wins, everything has to be clean." A soft laugh. "And I won't have to hide in the shadows anymore." She paused, then said the final line, "I'm done being the secret." Harper looked at Evelyn's hand, a small USB drive, held tightly, not out of her grasp for even a second, not an accessory. The most important piece of the plan, the original algorithm, the only proof. Harper took a slow breath. She knew who was behind it. She knew the plan. She saw the target. But the question was, how do you take that USB from someone who has never lost? Harper didn't wait for an opportunity. She created one. The parking lot behind the hotel. Low light. Evelyn stepped out, still holding her bag. Harper drove in close. Bam! A minor collision. Just enough to draw attention. Evelyn turned, irritated. "Are you insane?" Harper lowered her head, pretending to panic. "I'm so sorry, I didn't see." That moment. The car door opened. They moved closer. A brush of hands. A pivot. A lightning-fast exchange. No one noticed. No camera caught it. Harper stepped back, apologized again, then walked away. Didn't look back. Her heart was pounding. The USB was in her jacket pocket. The only evidence. Her last chance. She whispered, "Got it." Harper drove home fast, too fast, ran a red light, ignored her phone buzzing nonstop. She was thinking about one thing, her daughter. She had to get her out. Immediately. The front door burst open. "Mom?" Her daughter's voice echoed. But it wasn't relief. It was fear. Harper froze. Julian stood in the living room. Beside him, police officers and a court official. The air went still. Harper took a small step back. Julian, what are you doing here? He smiled, cold, ending this. Her daughter ran toward her, but stopped halfway, tears falling. Mom, Dad said you're a bad person. Her voice broke. He said you're going to leave me. Harper went numb. No, listen to me. But a police officer stepped forward. Ma'am, we have a restraining order. Everything collapsed in a second. Harper gripped her jacket. The USB. At least she still had it. You don't understand. I have proof. Julian moved in. Fast. Too fast. He grabbed her wrist, locked eyes with her. You think I didn't know? Harper froze. A beat. Too late. Julian pulled the USB from her hand. She lunged. Don't! Crack! He snapped it in half. No hesitation. No emotion. Then tossed it straight into the fireplace. The flames swallowed it whole. Harper screamed. No! But it was over. Julian whispered, just for her, GPS, thanks for bringing it back. Harper couldn't breathe. It wasn't evidence. It was a trap. The police grabbed her, handcuffed her. Her daughter cried behind her, calling her name. But Harper couldn't turn back. She lost everything, her reputation, her career, and her child. Holding cell, cold, silent. Harper sat alone, her hands still trembling, her eyes empty. An old TV mounted on the wall, live news. Julian Hayes is currently leading in the polls. His image appeared, confident, victorious, so close to power. Just 2 hours left. Harper stared at the screen, didn't blink. 2 hours, then it's over, or everything changes. She clenched her fists, her nails digging into her skin. A thought flickered, small, dangerous. If everything's already gone, she whispered, then I have nothing left to fear. The camera holds on her eyes. No more fear, only decision. Cut to black. Lights blazing, flags waving, music swelling. Julian stepped onto the stage. Millions were watching. The next governor, the crowd roared. Evelyn stood behind him, smiling. Victory was already in her hands. Julian lowered his head, preparing to speak. Click. A faint sound. No one on stage heard it, but Harper heard it clearly. The cell door opened. She looked up. A man stood there, cold, composed. You've been released on bail. Harper rose slowly. By who? A brief pause. The sitting governor. Harper wasn't surprised. She simply gave a slight nod. Right on time. 3 days earlier. A closed room. No cameras. No recordings. Harper placed a file on the table. You want Julian taken down. The governor looked at her. And you? Harper didn't blink. I want him destroyed. A silent agreement. No signatures. Just mutual interest. Now, everything was falling into place. Back to the present. Harper stepped out of the detention center. Her phone was returned. She turned it on. Hundreds of notifications. She ignored them all. Opened only one app. Encrypted. Federal level security. A single file. Unsent. Harper whispered, time. On stage, Julian began. The people of this state. A reporter's phone buzzed. Then another. Then dozens. A mass email. Subject line, evidence package, urgent. Evelyn frowned. Julian hesitated for half a second. No one understood what was happening. Harper stood in the parking lot, wind whipping around her. She looked at the live stream on her phone. Her finger hovered over the send button. 1 second. 2. She remembered. The USB snapped in half. The GPS trap. All of it. Part of the plan. Harper gave a faint smile. You thought I only had one copy? She tapped. Sent. On the massive screen behind Julian, the image changed. No more flags. No more slogans. A video played. The deepfake, but this time with the original data layered in. Timestamps, code, edit traces, undeniable. The crowd fell silent. Julian turned. The color drained from his face. Evelyn took a step back. Impossible. The audio continued. Not just video, a recording. Julian's voice. Clear. Put her in prison. I don't care how. Evelyn's voice. After that, I'll stand beside you publicly. The entire venue erupted. Not applause. Chaos. Police started moving. Cameras zoomed in on Julian's face. Sweat. Panic. No control left. Evelyn turned away. She knew the game was over. Harper watched the screen. No emotion. No celebration. Just one word, done. On live TV, the anchor stammered, "We're receiving urgent information." Julian was stopped right on stage, in front of millions. No way out. Harper turned away, stepped into the shadows. Her phone buzzed. A message from her lawyer. "We're working to lift the restraining order. Your daughter is safe." Harper stopped. For the first time, she exhaled, light. She looked up at the sky. Game over? She answered herself, no. Her eyes turned cold again. Now it's my turn to rebuild. Julian stood under the lights, a perfect smile, a steady voice. I promise to bring integrity. The screen behind him glitches. Static once, twice. The crowd murmurs. Julian hesitates. We will. The screen goes black, then flickers back on. Not charts, not vote counts. A video. Short, crystal clear. Julian, sitting at a computer. A dark room. Blue light from the monitor reflecting on his face. He smiles. Not the smile from the stage, something uglier. The cursor moves. Drag, drop. Harper's face is stitched into an explicit video, frame by frame, precise, cold. His voice plays in the recording. That bitch is going to lose custody. A click. And the media will crown me the perfect father. Silence. Total. No heavy breathing. No whispers. Then a camera clicks. Then hundreds more, all turning at once. No longer looking at Julian. All eyes on the screen. A reporter whispers, Jesus. Julian turns, sees himself. The color drains from his face, red then pale. This. He steps back. That's fake. No one listens. Evelyn stands behind him, her face drained of blood. She turns, starts to walk away, fast, almost running. But two agents block her at the exit. Ma'am, we need you to stay. Evelyn freezes, her eyes dart. You don't understand, no one responds. Julian raises his hands, trying to regain control. This is an attack. The screen changes. No more video, data logs, timestamps, IP addresses, edit history, original file name. Username Julian H, no way out. The crowd begins to rise, not in support, in anger. And then, another sound. High heels, sharp, slow, deliberate. From the center aisle. Every camera turns. Harper appears, white suit, unhurried, unflinching. She walks through the crowd like she owns the stage. The lights follow her. Julian sees her. Frozen. Impossible. Harper steps up, takes the microphone. No permission, no introduction. She looks straight at him. Hello, almost governor. Silence again, but this time it's anticipation. Harper turns to the cameras. Calm. Every word precise. He talks about family values. A breath. This is how he creates them. She points to the screen. The crowd explodes. Julian lunges. You don't have the right. Police restrain him, right there on stage, in front of millions. Harper steps closer, only a few feet away now. The media can build you. She pauses, eyes ice cold. And the media can destroy you. Julian can't speak, can't breathe. Sirens sound outside. Red and blue lights flash through the glass. An officer steps onto the stage, looks Julian in the eye. Sir, you need to come with us. Handcuffs come out. Cold metal. Harper doesn't look again. She turns, walks off the stage. No celebration, no pause. Behind her, noise erupts, an empire collapsing in minutes. Live, uncut, unstoppable. And one final question hangs in the air. If Harper planned all of this, was this really the end or just the first move of something bigger? The sound of metal echoes. Click. The handcuffs snap shut. Right there on stage, Julian says nothing now. No more arguments, only an empty stare. An empire just collapsed in minutes, live. Police lead him away, through the crowd, past the cameras, past the very people who once cheered for him. The news explodes. Frontrunner arrested, undeniable evidence, election suspended. Screens keep switching, analysis, interviews, experts. One name repeated over and over, Harper. 3 days later, in court, the verdict is read, clear, final. Defendant Julian Hayes, every charge, every count, no way back. Cut to the market, stock screens flashing. Harper's company soars, not luck, but a crisis response unlike anything seen before. The door opens. A little girl stands there, eyes red, hesitant. Harper slows down, afraid to rush, afraid to hope. Mom, a small voice, shaking. Harper kneels. Hey, I'm here. A beat of silence. Then the girl runs to her, hugs her tight, so tight. Mom, I'm sorry, I believe Dad. Harper closes her eyes, holds her back. It's okay. It's okay. Her voice breaks for the first time. Not from losing, but from getting back what mattered most. Outside the courthouse, blinding sunlight, cameras waiting, reporters pushing forward. Harper, just one statement. She stops, holds her daughter's hand, turns back, looks straight into the lens, no hesitation. In the digital age, her voice steady. Anyone can fake a photo, one step forward, a video. Her eyes sharpen, or even a promise. The crowd falls silent. Harper finishes, but there's one thing no technology can fake. She squeezes her daughter's hand, the truth and a mother's strength, a beat. Then the final line, destined to go viral. Don't be afraid when they try to drown you. She looks straight into the camera. You're not drowning. You are the ocean. No one speaks. Then flashes explode. Relentless. Blinding. Harper turns away, takes her daughter's hand, walks down the steps, doesn't look back. A car is waiting. The door opens. They get in. The car pulls away. sunlight reflecting on the glass, one chapter closes. But the question remains. If you were Harper, would you choose to forgive or destroy everything to the end? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you believe the truth always wins, follow for the next story.